Hi everybody. I've got a fabric covered journal here today. It's not a very big one. And this came out of my stash. And when I make journals for myself, I'm mainly trying to clean off my table. So I put whatever happens to be on the table and it goes in the journal and it is what it is. So it's just a mixture of all kinds of stuff. And usually I put a lot of pockets and tags and stuff because I like writing just a little bit of something, not like a full page. It takes me a while to do a full page. I like to add stuff to a full page before I do any writing on it. But it's just got some greens. It's got a little bit of trim here, and this is part of a curtain with some embroidered roses on it. It's real pretty and sheer. And that's part of a table runner edge that I sewed on with the doily. And this little puppy measures, now can't get it all in frame, but I'll wiggle it up and down so y'all can see. It is slipping and sliding. That's what it is. Be still. It's 9 1/4 by 5. It's got a lace closure, a pretty soft lace. Little bitty bow up there. And over here, this is the matching part of the front cover. And I put it over a doily, sewed it on over a doily and put some lace behind it. It's got a linen inside. I put this in here because I think it's hysterical. I add stuff, like I said, it's on my table, and I just thought that was funny as heck, a chicken with socks. I don't know why, but I did. I giggled. Here's a little tag that I made. And again, the envelopes that, it has the muslin tie and just little envelopes, and they've got coffee dyed papers in them. I do that a lot. Over here, I did a little collage with the lady because I love the ladies with the hats. I think those are so cool. And I've got a rose here with a little pearl in it and some fabrics. And up here is a nice little image, and it's on lined paper. So when you pull the card out, you can journal there. You've got a card with stitching. Over here, this was an attempt, and I try things in my journals, and some I use, in the ones that I make, and some I don't. It just depends on if it works and if I like it. So I took this pocket and I stitched with embroidery thread some little flowers, so all that's raised, and you've got the satin ribbon up there, and here's a mini pocket here, because y'all know I like to write on small things. It's a ticket, and then it's got 3 extra tickets inside and a stamped card. I can't tell if I'm in frame or not. And then this is part of a sewing pattern package, and I put this over it for journaling. It's also got a little booklet, little mini booklet inside with some script stamping and a pretty image on the front, and a little card and some coffee dyed papers. And over here, I just put that little image up there because this reminds me of when I was a kid, because my mother used to keep one on the kitchen table. And she didn't drink coffee or anything, but she put flowers in the drawer. And I just remember that thing, so I put that in there. Who actually had one that used it? Over here is a big pocket stamped with music, and this is a music image in the background here. And over here, it's got some tags that have been coffee dyed and pretty fabrics on top. Rose card. 'Cause I like to journal on these. I like a lot of these to journal on, so this is why this one's loaded with all these goodies. Yep, come up here. I gotta see it. And over here was another experiment, and it's interesting, and I think I would do a little bit more thread work on it, but it was already in here, so I can't do that, but I'm going to try it. I used Mod Podge to stiffen the paper up, and then I put some images, and here's some hearts with cheesecloth and roses, and then, oh, wait. This opens up. It's got a little Velcro closure, and on the inside it's got cards to journal on. But I like the idea of this, and you know, like I said, when I make my journals, I experiment and see what works and what doesn't work, and because I'll journal in anything, I'm happy, and but I'm letting go of some of my favorites. Did I sound like I was crying? Yep, I'm letting go of some of my favorites in my stash, and this is one of them. Over here's a big place to journal, and a glassine pocket here with some washi tape and a ephemera and lace, and then I stamped a ticket here. And on the inside, it's got a lot of goodies. Cards to journal on. Sometimes I'll pick out one, you know, if I only have one of an item left, because I don't want to do duplicates. I do them in batches of 15. So if I'm down to one, I'll stick it in mine, because if I see it again, I'll make it again. This way I have to use my brain to come up with something. So if I hide it from myself, that's how I keep my creative flow going. I can't see it or I'll stay in that rut. And then we got some snippets here with some stamping, a little card, another little card, and then this opens up too. It's got a little birdie on it. So it's got lots of stuff to write on in here. So just a hodgepodge of different things, because it's whatever happens to be on the table at the moment. I love that paper. Absolutely love the toile. Place to journal here with some birdies. Over here, a collage pocket with some paper and a safety pin and a button and some pattern paper, a little patch. Big piece of ephemera back here. Look at the little keys. Isn't that cute? And some coffee dyed papers. This is a tag. It's a little holder with a tag in it, and some part of a doily and flower and a little piece of twine up there, and a silk flower with some of that eyelash fabric and a doily and a little pearl in the center. This is from a very, very, very old book, and I didn't make money. I think I made like 2 or 3 of these because the paper itself just crumbles in your hand. I got it in an estate sale. It was really, really pretty, but I just can't. You just can't work with it. It's like it crumbles, literally crumbles. Over here, I've got this little piece of fabric. I saved it. It was on my table because I just love the little fluffies, and I put a vintage lady here and a safety pin, and it's a envelope pocket with several journaling cards inside. A little piece of Latin from a Latin book that I have. A little mini card to journal on. A little tiny thing. I love writing on all these things. So when I have a journal for myself, I make sure I put a lot in there. A pretty postcard with some birdies. And then a tall one to stick up top with some fabric. Come here, birdies. There we go. Over here is just a fan on a plain page here. This is the other part of the glassine bag, and it's got some lace burlap, and this could be a tuck spot. As a matter of fact, I think I'll put something in there. I have a card. Bam! But it lifts up, and then that lifts up. So I'll stick something in there. I don't know what. That's a little bit too big, or I put it in there. But I will fill that up. On the inside, I've got some snippets, because those are fun. A little card. A little envelope that you could use to put something in. See all these goodies? Little card that says Hope. Little mini card with a rose and another tag. The stamped image. I think you have to go this way to get in the bag. But many, many, many things to write on everywhere in this one. Over here is a fabric ticket, a little piece of music paper that I sewed around. Over here, a nice fabric image, and this is a pocket. And it's got just little cards to journal on, or make notes, or send a note, or whatever you need it for. And then it goes on the inside, and then behind it's got another tuck spot. That's a big piece of it's a page from my Latin book, and it's got some fabric, some coffee stained paper. That's part of a curtain. Happiness is the sublime moment when you get out of your corsets at night. Can you imagine having to wear a corset? Oh my God. I don't think so. That would be exhausting. But lots of goodies to write on. Here's a nice piece of lace going down the side. Over here's a pocket with a real pretty rose and book page and music. Nice image, and it's got two cards on the inside. And then that's a vintage ad, a piece of ephemera. Not an ad, from a catalog. And tuck those back in there. And over here is an embossed pocket with one of my favorite words, chocolate. I'm a chocoholic. Got part of a paper doily here, a little bit of pattern paper, vintage lady, and snippets. And then a nice card with some stitching all the way around. Come on down. Thank you. There we go. Over here is a nice little tuck spot. It's got a ticket with a part of some lace and a doily and lots of stamping on it. And then I put some of that satin ruffle over the bottom one. This holds these papers in place. Look at that gorgeous frame. That's so pretty. And two coffee dyed papers with the sari silk on it. Over here is another little patch. I had used a piece of ephemera and for the background, and put some fabric over it with a pocket made out of a dictionary page, a little place to journal here, and a little mini flower. And on the inside I added some cards. It is a pocket. Y'all know I love these things. And it'll hold more. Definitely in some fabric going down the side there. And this is the last page. And it's got a pretty ruffle with the green and a little label there. And again, more little goodies. Coffee. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? Another card. The ink pen there. And then a big one. With a pretty image for journaling lined paper. It has been coffee stained. And here's the back. Oh, nope, we want that to show. the linen background with a thread you don't need. Real pretty soft. There's the back cover. I leave the strings. If they drive you crazy, just snip them off. And there's the front. I want to thank y'all for being here with me today. I really appreciate you spending some of your time with me. And I will be seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.